Kingdom Hearts is getting an adaptation. You know it'll be an anime, right?
I hope it's not live action.
They can tell the story of the franchise in a few movies. It'll be an animated series.
Yeah, right. We all know what we want, but unfortunately, this is just a rumor shared by a leaker. I'm not trying to take your hopes down. In fact, I agree that this is really probably happening. But we should take a step back so we don't get disappointed when, let's say, if nothing happens and we don't get shit. But if it is happening, how would a Kingdom Hearts adaptation be? An anime series for Disney Plus? A movie for the theaters? My name is Enkevaz, and today I want to talk about how I think this adaptation would be and the probability of this happening or not. And I think it will. Daniel RPK. This is the name of the guy that leaked that an adaptation of Kingdom Hearts is reportedly in the works. Unclear if it's a film or TV series. Daniel is known for correctly stating the dates for movie trailers, mainly Marvel movies, and for sometimes correctly guessing casts for actors in some movies, and again, mainly Marvel. In October 2020, he tweeted that Hugh Jackman was cast for an upcoming MCU role, and now with Deadpool and Wolverine having Hugh back as Wolverine, we know Daniel was right about that. He also stated that this would be the only movie in 2024 for Marvel's schedule. Before the movie launched, he correctly guessed that there would be an alternate dimension version of the Illuminati in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Highlighting his achievements is easy when there are just a few. But of course he says a lot of bullshit too. Most of the time actually, since the things he states are rumors someone tells him. When it's about dates and such, it's hard for him to get things wrong, but otherwise he barely really leaks something real. Still, I think this time, this is true. He surely has something with Disney, as you can see by some of his correct leaks about MCU. I think Kingdom Hearts might be getting an adaptation for real, and here's why. Video games adaptations are getting wild! The Last of Us did a pretty good job in retelling the story of the games with more details about the world and some characters. Fallout just straight up created a story in-universe that had no shame in having a video game as a source material, and Sonic and Mario both tried to catch wider audiences even for people who don't really play video games, but still managed to get recognition from its respective fanbases. And these are just a few without mentioning Arcane, Onimusha, Dragon Age, Dragon's Dogma, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, and many others. Seeing how well Sonic and Mario did, Disney surely wants a piece of that. And they do have a video game franchise with one of the strongest fanbases in all gaming. We might not be huge, but we are very loyal and usually obsessed with Kingdom Hearts. We buy every little thing they offer, even when it's a game costing full price while using the old engine, being an overall bad rhythm game even when compared to another Square Enix rhythm game, and having just 21 minutes of story. This shit is expensive in my country and not worth the price, that's for sure. And no, I don't hate rhythm games. In fact, I love them, and that's why I don't like Melody of Memory. Anyway, yeah, I think we'll be having a Kingdom Hearts adaptation. In the second phase of Kingdom Hearts timeline, we can see 7 spots featuring nothing. I think those on the top are exclusive for games, so we can safely put Missing Link in Cage 4. And those on the bottom are other types of content, like the release of the games for PC, Nintendo Switch, the 20th anniversary event, and maybe, let's say, a Kingdom Hearts adaptation. And what a better time to premiere it than around the time of release of the mobile phone game that will probably reach more people than the console ones. That is marketing, and that's how usually things go for entertainment media. Marvel and DC launch comics related to the next movie they're releasing, and animations in Prime Video or Netflix are produced to check and set ground to the game releases or updates. It would make sense for Disney to set ground for Cage 4 with Missing Link and an animation series, spreading Kingdom Hearts to a wider audience and gathering hype for the upcoming mainline game, since Cage 4 seems to be the next Square Enix big boy. And about how I think the adaptation would be, I think the chance of it being a piece for the cinema has a slightly lower chance to it being a Disney Plus series. And I'm sure it won't be live action because Disney knows it won't work. And they already have a very deep schedule for live actions that are priorities for them. The reason for why it is more likely to be a Disney Plus series is that adapting Kingdom Hearts as a movie is hard to condense the main aspects of its universe in a 2-hour-long piece. And the hype won't last as long as a short series would, because today movies don't stay on the theaters more than 40 days, while a short series might stick around for more than a month if having weekly episodes, which is Disney Plus' usual schedule for series. So I think it'll be a Disney Plus animation series with around 6 to 8 episodes, maybe 4 if it has better quality than back cover and end up being original content canon to the games. If it is an anime, an idea that I don't like and won't watch if it is, it'll probably have around 8 to 12 episodes and it'll be an adaptation of some game or arc. Maybe, but not certainly adapting the manga. And it has a decent chance of being an anime, higher than being an animated movie and equal to a 3D animation series, because it worked with the first season of Star Wars Visions and at least half of the Kingdom Hearts fanbase wants it to be adapted as an anime. Personally, I'm not a fan of anime. I usually dislike any that I try to watch, and believe it or not, I try to like it. Of course, there are some that not only I admire, but I keep deep in my mind, such as Pop Team Epic, Zombieland Saga, and Yojo Senki. I don't even like the K-Age manga. It doesn't quite feel like Disney for me. It feels much more anime because, well, it is indeed a manga, right? The only thing I like better in the manga than the games is the portrayal of Kairi, and that's it. For me, Kingdom Hearts feels more like Disney than like Final Fantasy or anime-ish, be it in storytelling or in the main characters' personalities. It feels like a Disney story, while the manga don't, and an anime would have a direction more like the manga than like the games. Most people would love it, but I wouldn't. I would rather have a series with a 2D Disney cartoon art style like the pilot Seth Kearsley uploaded in his YouTube channel. It would certainly be a bit silly like Kingdom Hearts already is, and I could compare it to what Star vs. the Forces of Evil, Gravity Falls, or The Owl House are. Another option is for they to adapt the Union Cross compilation, maybe even including Dark Road, as an animated series in the same style as back cover. It would be consistent with the short movie Kingdom Hearts already have. Union Cross became inaccessible for people to play, and since its story is so essential for the next installments, this would be a good way to keep the fans up to the Lost Masters arc while also reaching some new audience with Disney content and new characters, not necessarily needing to know anything about the franchise to understand the story. If it ends up being original content though, I think it'll be Mickey's journey through Scarlet Kylo mentioned in Melody of Memory, because this way they would keep the fanbase happy and would also reach for a wider audience since everyone knows who Mickey is. I would love for this to be told in a game with playable Mickey, but let's be real, it's not gonna happen. If we don't get it in this adaptation, this journey will be shown in a cage for a cutscene in Missing Link's story, or they will just say that Mickey did it and that's it, so it's the best choice they have aside from a playable Mickey game. What they could also do with original content is show Kairi's training arc with some scenes of the other characters wandering around the worlds in search for Sora. But even though this would be great for the KH community, it wouldn't reach a new audience, probably not the best option in Disney's eyes. Whatever they choose to do, it would be cool for them to change art styles according to the world the characters visit. And if we had an opening composed by Hikaru Tada, that would also be great. And with that, we're going to wrap up. Let's not forget that this adaptation is just a rumor and nothing was confirmed by Disney or Square Enix yet. And they wouldn't officially announce it too soon without some of the animation already done to make a teaser, trailer or something like that. Nonetheless, I think it would be awesome if we get something. Anything, really. We're starving from Kingdom Hearts new content since the release of the trailer for KH4 and Missing Link beta tests, but nothing that could really interact, so this adaptation could give us some light while waiting for the next games. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Cheers!